Ready when you are. Good morning, everybody. My name is Paulo. I will be leading you in meditation today. I am, I suppose, one of our senior students. I've been coming to Down Mountain for about 12 years now, and I've been at least pretending to meditate for the past 20 some years, 24, 22 years now. So hopefully I can bring some insights and lead us through a little bit of meditation. Specifically to what we will be doing today, we will be doing two particular forms of meditation. But let's back up for a second. What is meditation? Because meditation is a space where we drop our expectations of what it's supposed to accomplish. There's nothing to accomplish. There's no particular specific right way to meditate for us. The idea is that we sit here in silence, in present moment, and we try not to fight, push away or grasp at our thoughts, our perceptions, right? We just try to be open to thoughts and perceptions without either clinging to them or pushing them away. More specifically, in order to anchor ourselves to the present moment, today we will be using our breath. Our breath connects us to our body. Our bodies are always here and now, right? So we have this, as sentient human beings, we have this precious thing called the human body, and the human body allows us to have an experience of the present moment. To connect with our bodies in the present moment, today we will be using our breath. So we will try to find a place in our bodies to connect to that breath, whether it's our nose, our lungs expanding, our belly. And then, a few times throughout our breathing meditation, I will invite us to chant the syllable Hung, which is a sacred syllable that is related to the enlightened mind of the Buddha. And you will chant it for about 2 minutes. This particular practice was given to our teacher by her teacher, Atsum Trungpa Rinpoche, it's a very profound yet simple practice. She asked for something that would be powerful for both new students and students who have been doing this for a long time. So he suggested this, very simple syllable chanting, Hung. So we chant about 2 hungs per breath. I find it really interesting because we're kind of moving from these more very passive breath experience to a little bit more active on the, talking, making a sound. I think ultimately we sit here in meditation to try to, be more present in our day-to-day lives. So if we can start to incorporate things into our meditation that are bringing us more dynamism, moving us from the mat to real life, that's great. And I think chanting, this is my own personal experience, so I invite you to be curious and try to explore it for yourselves. But chanting starts to move you from a very static breathing to a little bit more active and more dynamic practice of chanting. And then, hopefully from there we can start to be like, okay, so if I can stay present through chanting, can I stay present when I talk to people? Or can I stay present when people talk to me, right? Can I give the gift to my loved ones of my undivided attention? That's how I think about it. But hey, there's no right answers, right? I just invite you to think and just stay curious through the practice. And above all, when you lose the present moment, when you lose the breath, when you lose the chant, don't beat yourself. There's nothing wrong with losing your attention. It's okay. We have minds, we have thoughts. It's okay. Just notice it and then just gently nudge your attention back to the breath or the chant or whatever it is that we're meditating on. With that, let's get started. just allowing our awareness to come home to our bodies. I like to take a deep breath and let it go out your mouth as you let go of the week, your to-do list, whatever might be going on with you right now, and just taking a breath out and letting go of it. As you let go of what might have happened this week or what you might need to do next, just know that it's not going to get done now, and that's okay. And noticing if there's any collected tension in your body from the week. As you breathe in, breathing space into your shoulders or your jaw or your belly. And as you breathe out, just allowing some of that tension to dissolve ever so slightly. Feeling your shoulders fall away from your ears, your teeth separate from each other a little bit. Tension in your belly releases. And then welcoming your attention home to the present moment in your body. As you arrive home, I like to wiggle back and forth a little bit and side to side until you find a place where both your sit bones are evenly connecting with your seat. You're sitting cross-legged, just making sure you're comfortable, you're not overdoing it for your knees. You're sitting on a chair, feeling both your feet connect with the ground evenly. And then from that foundation of your seat, noticing how your vertebrae stack one on top of each other like coins, and there's a little bit of effort to stand up straight, but it should be rather easeful. And then as those coins stack, as your vertebrae stack one on top of each other, we get to our neck, to our cervical spine, and we tuck our chin ever so slightly so that our cervical spine continues to be straight line with the rest of our body. Now that we've built a stable yet easeful structure within our bodies, we start to notice the three pillars of support. The first one being Earth, Mother Earth, that allows us to sit here, that holds us unconditionally without any expectation. She embraces us with her magnetic field and protects us from negative radiations of the outer space, and yet expects nothing from us, just supports us here to be alive. Just feeling into that support. Our second pillar of support is our skeletal structure, our tendons and muscles that allow us to sit, move, be here, just feeling into how our own bodies support us, how our vertebra allows us to sit straight, our sit bones connect with the ground, just feeling supported by the skeletal structure, scaffolding of our body. Finally, the third pillar is our central channel. Our central channel, according to ancient Indian and Tibetan traditions, is where our thoughts, emotions, our energies flow through our body. It sits right in front of our spine. It starts at the top of our head, and it finishes about 4 finger widths down and 4 fingers widths in from our navel. feeling supported by that as well. As we feel supported from these three pillars, we start to pay attention to our breath. Maybe you feel your breath in your nose as the air comes in and out. Maybe you like to take a nice, expansive breath, start with your belly, let your rib cage expand in all directions, and then finally top at your collarbones. And any of these places are a good place to track your breath as well. Or maybe you want to really feel the depths of your breath, and you notice it in your do, your Muladhara, which is at the center, three finger widths down from your navel and 3 finger widths in. It's kind of where it starts. It doesn't really matter as long as you can strongly feel your breath, and it can be a reference for you. Thoughts arise, and maybe we're thinking about what we need to do later today, or maybe we're thinking about what happened this week. Just, just noticing that we're thinking. It's a little bit like when we let our dogs run in the park. We're not trying to control the thoughts. Just let your thoughts run. Just allow your consciousness to be here and now. It's okay. No need to grasp at them. No need to push them away or force them to be anything else. Just notice it, gently touch it. Bring your attention back to your breath. We'll chant hung. As that experience subsides, bringing your attention back to your breath. Taking full breaths here in meditation, starting with your belly. Feeling how that expands your rib cage peripherically in all directions. And finally topping off at your collarbones. Distractions certainly arise, whether it's internal for your thoughts, or there's a noise, or a light, or anything outside. Not fighting it, not judging ourselves for the distraction, just noticing it, and then encouraging our attention back to our breath. We'll chant Hung again. Oh I invite you to be curious about the state of your mind, sensations in your body. And maybe that is, hey, I don't feel any different. That's okay. I'm just encouraging you to be curious. And bringing your attention once more back to your breath. If you're interested in filling into the dough as you breathe, you really have to start your breath deep in the bottom of your belly, 3 fingers widths down and 3 fingers widths in from your navel. It's almost as if you were starting your breath, really breathing in through the sides of your belly, and then allowing it to fill you up like a glass of water getting filled up from the bottom to the top. Maybe you lost your connection with the 3 pillars. Just seeing if you can reconnect with them. Earth, feeling into how we sit here and we're held by gravity. Our skeletal structure, feeling how that supports us to be able to sit here. On our central channel, allowing our consciousness to exist within our body. And we'll chant Hung one more time. Thank you for sharing your breath with me there for last 30 minutes or so. I will share a passage from this book called Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. It's a series of like about one-page chapters with, I suppose, some pithy instructions on different topics in Buddhism. It's really nice. It's just like a little morsel size teaching on Buddhism. Today we're reading chapter 73, meditation, which is on page 80, if anybody's following. So, when we sit down to meditate, we leave behind the idea of the perfect meditator, the idea of meditation, and preconceived results. We train in simply being present. We open ourselves completely to the pain and pleasure of our life. We train in precision, gentleness, and letting go. Because we see our thoughts and emotions with compassion, we stop struggling against ourselves. We learn to recognize when we're all caught up, and to trust that we can let go. Thus the blockages created by our habits and prejudice start falling apart. In this way, the wisdom we were blocking, the wisdom of bodhicitta, becomes available. Meditation may be the only thing we do that does not add anything to the picture. When we sit down to meditate, we can connect with something unconditional, a state of mind, a basic environment that does not grasp or reject. Everything is allowed to come and go without further embellishment. Meditation is a totally non-violent, non-aggressive occupation, not filling the space, allowing for the possibility of connecting with unconditional openness. This provides the basis for real change. The more we sit with this impossibility, the more we find it's always possible after all. When we cling to thoughts and memories, we're clinging to what cannot be grasped. When we touch the phantoms and let them go, we discover space, a break in the chatter, a glimpse of open sky. This is our birthright, the wisdom with which we were born, the vast unfolding display of primordial richness, primordial openness, primordial wisdom itself. When one thought has ended and another one has yet to begin, we can rest in that space. In our busy lives in the 21st century, meditation is a radical act of not doing. It seems like it's so simple, right? There's nothing to sitting, there's nothing to not doing. But it's just yet so profound, and it's such a stark difference to what we do or what we're encouraged to do by our culture every day, right? I'm gonna misquote Sukchen Ponlo, but it's radical. It's being a rebel in a world where we're encouraged to continuously be busybodies. Just taking the time to sit with ourselves, be open and nonviolent, not try to add something, not try to make or create anything. That's a radical act of love and compassion, right? And the more we do it, the more we find these little gaps of openness, of wisdom that we all have, that we are intrinsically beings of wisdom, beings of love, compassion, joy, equanimity, bodhicitta. But we have to let all these noise, all these expectations, all this preconceived knowledge or preconceived thoughts dissolve. And the only way to dissolve them is by sitting with your breath. Oh, there might be other ways, but what we're practicing today is letting them dissolve, right? There's nothing to do to dissolve them. They simply go away. And that is meditation. Anyway, thoughts, questions? Is that horribly confusing? Um, in the room, afar, love to hear from you. All right. So we're just gonna let it dissolve today. Um, I'm gonna stand up and stretch for about a minute, and then we'll jump back into a little bit more meditation. All right. So we'll meditate for another, I don't know, 7 to 9 minutes, and then we'll just dedicate our merit and close. And then once more, trying to find a comfortable seated position, moving back and forth, finding a place where your sit bones connect with your seat, building your house with your spine, tucking your chin ever so slightly. Noticing if any additional tension has crept up into your body. As you breathe in, breathing space into that area of tension. And as you breathe out, letting go of it, letting your body relax ever so slightly. If you haven't been doing already, or it's not something you typically do, I invite you to meditate with your eyes open. In our tradition, when we meditate, we are training to be more present in the real world, to show up with open eyes and with open heart. So as a symbol of that, we meditate with our eyes open, present to the world. If you do choose to meditate with our eyes open, we don't fix our gaze on anything. It's just an open gaze, oftentimes casted about 45 degrees down, especially when our mind's a little hyperactive. But the point here is that we're not focusing on anything in particular. We're just open. We dedicate our marriage starting at dedication, bottom of the page. I think we'll have it on screen as well. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. And we'll do the aspiration after that. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. And then Shantideva, way of the Bodhisattva. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pains. And we'll jump to the bottom, to the blessing. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise born in one enlightened mandala. And we dedicate our merit to all sentient beings, but in particular today, to Buzz Spengel Mayer, Mac Chavez, Joyce Bardo, the country in the Bardo, Astrid and Baby, Marco, Daniel, Aaron, Angel, Minerva, Jose, Audrey, Thomas, Melissa, McIntyre, and loved ones, Regina, McIntyre, Bardo, Claudia, Paulo, Lara, animals, victims of war and violence, those oppressed. And finally, we'll close our practice with an ah. And I invite those afar to unmute yourselves. But basically, as we're chanting ah, we imagine that we're giving first and foremost light from our heart to our own selves. Light from our heart to those in this room and with us meditating afar. But also as we give light to them, they give light to us. And then just expand your light to, I like to think wherever your imagination can reach, the city, the country, the world, the galaxy, the universe, the multiverse, wherever your imagination might go, let your light go there. Once more, thank you very much for sharing your breath and your Sunday morning with me. I hope this was nice for you, and you have a good rest of your Sunday.